or for the evening or for the morning, just in case you're in Australia or maybe you're in China. You're way, way ahead of all of us. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I know we still have quite a number of people logging in right now, and they will definitely find us somewhere along the way. But do not worry, everybody's gonna get what they expect today. And I'm very, very happy and excited and super, super pumped up and super powered up for this training today. Because guys, if there's one thing which I value a lot, is to learn from people that are actually doing it, people that are actually achieving, people that are actually currently building the business. If there's one thing that I value a lot when it comes to achieving success in our business, is that. And we even read about it and we see it all over. They say you're gonna be, oh, let me put on my video a little bit. You're gonna be like an average of 5 people that you're around with. Now with technology today, one amazing thing that we get to enjoy with technology is, even if you're not physically around certain people, you can at least be with them on this virtual event. So I hope we are all super ready and excited. I can see the number is tuning in like it's a clock, like a second for the clock. Now we are around 80 something. I know we're going to get to 100 very, very soon. Now, before we go to the main event of the day, before we get to learn from our main trainer, I just want to share a few things, just a few things to get things started. If you have watched big boxing matches, before the main match, there are always those beginners. And I'm going to be that beginner today, just to remind you, just to share with you a few things before we bring on board our guest speaker, our guest trainer that is so ready to share with us. He shared a little bit with me on what he's planning to train today. And the only thing that I'll tell you is, if you are cooking right now, let someone continue with that. If you are kind of just chilling and attending this meeting in a very calm, relaxed way, then, get your notebook, get serious, assume you're really in a physical masterclass and you want to absorb everything and you want to get everything from the trainer today. Now, one thing that I know for a fact, and one thing that I truly, truly believe on, is in order for you to really take off in your business, in order for you to grow in your business, there are certain things which are vital. There are certain things which we need to know. There are certain things which we must learn in order for us to experience the kind of growth that I believe most of us want to achieve in this business. And one thing for a fact is, when we all join the business, we have our goals, we have our dreams, we have our desires, we have the things that we want to achieve. As a matter of fact, we had these things in our minds and in our hearts way before we even met forever. You had your goals, you had your dreams, you had an idea of what we call a dream life. You had an idea of your dream life, whether it's the car, whether it's the place to live, whether it's an amazing, luxurious, vacations all over around the world, whether it's time freedom. Maybe for some of you, it's all about your children, looking at them and making sure that they get the best from every resource that's available. You all had something that you wanted deep down in your heart, in your mind. It was already there. Now, somewhere along the way, you bumped into forever. You came into forever. You came in with your dreams. You came in with your goals. Now, you got into forever. Do not make a mistake of forgetting all your dreams, forgetting all your goals, forgetting the things that you wanted to have, forgetting the life that you've always been dreaming about. Do not make a mistake of putting all those things aside. No, keep them. And then take forever and use forever as a vehicle to help you achieve those goals. Use forever as a vehicle to take you to that dream life. And I want to give an example of someone who wants to build an amazing mansion, a beautiful, amazing dream house like that one. Can you imagine living in such a house, waking up early in the morning, look at that view there, swimming on such a pool with such a view, living in such a place. Now, imagine that is your dream today. Imagine that is something that you want to achieve. That might mean the house as it is. For some of you, maybe it's not the house, maybe it's the car, but I'm going to use the house as an example. You have all of that in your mind. Now, you join Forever. What you'll be getting in Forever is bits and pieces that all you have to do is to put them together and create that house. We have all the ingredients. We know what you need to do in order for you to achieve success. We know you need to recruit. We know you need to retail. We know you need to coach your team. We know you need to run for incentives. But sometimes, actually, not sometimes, a number of times, what we normally see is people not really knowing how to put everything together so that you can build that house. Because, I mean, let's agree, if you'll just be given sand and cement and gravel and you don't know how to mix it all to make the house won't come. The house won't happen. And Forever gives you all the ingredients. Now you need to come in and put in the things together so that you can build the life that you want, so that you can build the house that you want. Now, when you think about that, you might get a bit tense and say, okay, Enos, do I really have the ability to put all things together and build the house that I want? Do not worry. That's why we have trainings like the one we're going to have today. That's why we've invited our guest speaker all the way from Ghana, guys, a young, vibrant leader. That's why we've invited him, because he's someone that has managed to put all things together and create amazing success with this business. So what you're going to learn from him, what you're going to hear from him is not just ideas scattered around. No, you're going to hear how exactly you can put all things together and achieve success in your Forever business. And when you learn how to put it all together and achieve the success that you want for your business, one thing that I know for a fact, we are all going to achieve greatness. We've already finished almost 4 months of 2021. And for some of you, it's like you're super excited because the past 4 months have been the best 4 months of your life. Some of you, maybe you're tense right now. Maybe you're already feeling like, oh my gosh, 4 months have passed. This year is about to run through right in front of me. All in all, you should feel very, very lucky to be in this training today, because you are going to learn things that are going to help you in closing this year strongly, and not just this year, but really help you how to plan your future with Forever. How to use this amazing opportunity to help you tick all your most important goals. And I am super excited to bring someone that is very, very young. And you know what? This guy inspires me. And he inspires me, and he somehow takes me back all the way when I was about his age, 24, 25. I joined Forever when I was 2007. I was 24, more or less the age that, he joined younger than me. And the kind of things that he's smashing at his age, I mean, you all have to agree with me. He deserves to hear. I mean, we all deserve and we all need to hear from him. We've got a lot to learn from him. So, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow champions from everywhere. I know some of you here are from Burundi. If we have people from Burundi, we have people from Rwanda, from Zambia, from South Africa, from Tanzania, from so many other places. Now, as I am bringing on board our guest speaker, what I'm going to do, I'm going to unmute all of you. And I want you all to give me your big shout to welcome our amazing speaker. If you're ready for him, I want you to clap hands. I want you to make some noise. I want you to say,
We are ready to learn. You are welcome.
Guys, thank you all so much for the warm welcome.
Hello.
You're welcome. You're welcome to take the floor, or rather the screen. Feel free now. You can share your screen, and then we'll be able to really get started. This is amazing, and I hope you are all 100% ready for the training. Prince, you're more than welcome, leader. You're more than welcome. Let me see if I've made you a co-host. Yeah, you are. So as Prince is getting his screen on, as he's about to share his presentation, I want to advise you as he's training. I mean, if you get some questions as he's training, write them down, because we're going to have an opportunity to ask him questions. Write those questions down. If you feel like there's something extra that you want to learn from him, put it down, and then when the time comes, we're going to have him answering our questions so that we all leave super happy. Prince, you're more than welcome, brother. Prince Gordon, you're welcome. I hope you're ready for us. Okay. Let me see if he is unmuted. Yep. All right, now you're unmuted, I think.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Manager Enos. Thank you so much for all the work done. I'm really great. I'd like to extend a special greetings to all the viewers around the world, especially people who have made time to join us this very session, to witness this very at the moment, but you still to help you build your forever business. My name is Prince Gordon Affum, my proud forever business owner. For today's conference, the program outline is that I'll share a brief story of myself, my forever journey, put in a little training, spice up with some motivation, and then if we have time, I will take some 1 or 2 questions, and I think that will be for the day. So going straight forward to my forever journey, my name is Prince, as I said earlier. But before I go into my forever business, professionally, I'm from somebody that wanted to be a soldier. So I had in mind that one day, if I get opportunity, and it's a must for me to be a soldier. So all this now I was trying to get the time to join. I think I tried one of police. That one, unfortunately, I couldn't get it. So later, I decided to try Ghana Armed Forces. Now, in the course of doing that, I think on the 9th of June, the very time I saw the opportunity about Forever. Now, in fact, there have been a couple of times that I've been trying to do this Forever business when I saw the opportunity on 19th of June 2019. Mr. Enos, sorry to put in this. Mr. Enos, I don't know if you can check my screen for me.
Yeah, I can see your screen, but it's not changing.
Yeah, so I think you're also sharing yours. So if you can.
Oh, is that the reason? Okay, let me see.
Sorry, just give me pardon me a little, some few time. I'm coming.
All right, can you try to share again now?
I'm sharing my screen, but I think it's not operating as I operate it here. You can check that for me.
All right.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing that for me, Mr. Enos. I'm grateful. So, as I was talking about, I would love to thank all the management of FLP Ghana and also FLP Tanzania for bringing this very program live, and me being your guest speaker. I think it's a pleasure, and I deem it an honor to be the guest speaker for today's program. I'm very grateful for this very opportunity. So diving back into my story, as I said earlier, I'm somebody that I wanted to be a soldier. So after school, I studied network administration, that's computer network administration, and I also mastered in graphic designing. So that's professionally, that's what I do. But then, when I was going to the Ghana Army, I'm going there with this same certificate. I was in the process trying to get to the Ghana Army when I saw an advert online. I mean, I saw my advert twice. I saw one on Google and I saw one in the newspaper. They are in need of IT people to work with. So I called the person who posted the ad, and she was like, I should come to their office. So that time I was in the central region, that is the central part of Ghana. I had to come to the capital of Ghana, which is Accra. So I came to Accra 19th of June, and I witnessed the presentation that very day. I signed up in Forever Business that very day. When I listened to the business opportunity, I signed up that same day. And when I signed up, I have to go home, prepare myself, and come back to the city because as at that time, I didn't have any place to stay in Accra. So I went home and I decided to explain the business to my parents and my relatives that I found a new opportunity, and for that matter, I'm not going to the Ghana Armed Forces again. In fact, that was the very moment I realized that I could be, excuse me to use this word, I could be the very stupid person on this earth. Because all sorts of words were used against me. Because my parents couldn't understand why they have forced so much to get me an opportunity. And at the end of the day, I'm trying to say that I have seen a business, and I think the business is going to help me more than me joining Ghana Armed Forces. In fact, they lambasted me left and right, telling me all sort of words. But you know what? There is a saying that if you know what you want in life, nobody can tell you what is good for you. But if you don't know what you want in life, people will tell you what is good for you. So after my parents told me that this business, they are not going to allow me to do, I have to be at home and think of the decision I want to take. Either I will go to the army, I will proceed with it, or I'll come back to the business. So I actually stayed home for the whole of July. I didn't do anything. I was just at home thinking of what to do. Now in August, I plan to move to Accra. So I signed up into the Forever Business on 19th June, but I started the Forever Business exactly in August. Now, when I came to Accra in August, you know what? My family chased me. They followed me from Central Region, which is Affum to be precise, in the central part of Ghana. They followed me and came to our head office at airport. That's our circle. So they followed me, came to the office, and they were trying to take me along, take me back home, just because they thought I'm taking a wrong decision. Now, in fact, that day it wasn't easy at the office. We nearly give ourselves blows, but we were able to sort the issue out. And I made my final statement to them that I'm not going to the Ghana Army. The only thing I want to do is forever. Now, in fact, the very day I took that decision at the office was one of the days that I will never forget in my life. Because I remember that day when I was coming to the office, I walked to the office. And after challenging my parents that I'm not going to stop the Forever Business and I'm going to do the Forever, in the evening when we closed office, I walked home. So when I go home, I was just asking myself that, am I okay? Is everything all right with me? Because I just don't understand. What kind of business that I've gotten, even transportation, you don't have to go to the office. Every day you work. Your parents are coming to take you to go home. Meanwhile, you say you won't go. To make it very short, when I joined the business in June and starting it in August, September, which is the second month of me starting the business, I became a supervisor in the business. Now, the fifth month, which was in December, I became assistant manager. And then when I became assistant manager, our office relocated from where we were to a new place. Now, through that very period, business wasn't really stable, but still we were pushing through. So as at September 2018, I became a manager on the marketing plan. And in fact, manager was one of the positions that I was trying to get to so that I'll be able to build my business very well. Now, when I got to manager, that was the time I realized that there is a lot of great potentials within me that can unleash them. So when I got to manager, I started planning about my business. So the whole of 2019, I started working on my team. Now in 2019, I was able to have a manager under me and planning on my business. I decided to just get some car for myself and for my business. So in 2019, that's around September, I actually ordered for a car and I was shipping and going through all those processes. The car actually came in here in Ghana in 2011, that is 2020. So I joined the business after moving to the manager. I bought a car even before I qualified for car plan because I was making good money from the business. So I bought a car before I qualified for car plan. So in August 2020, I officially qualified for the Forever to Drive. But meanwhile, I had my car before I qualified for the Forever to Drive incentive. So when I qualified for the Forever to Drive incentive, now before I move on, one thing about our qualification was that when we were doing the car plan Forever to Drive incentive, we qualified as 3 people. That is me, my upline, and my downline. The 3 of us, we qualified for the incentive the same month. And it's one of the things that I'm so much proud of because when I look at it, how we were working as a team and we were able to achieve that goal, I think it's one of the things that I really like so much. And in December 2020, now chairman bonus was actually one of the things that I never thought I could achieve because at first I thought it was for the big men. I thought this very incentive was for the big men. So it wasn't really part of my plans. But I have some couple of uplines, some leaders in Ghana here who are very motivated. They will always call you to push you, tell you, Prince, you can do it. So I have to put this thing in mind. And in 2020, December, I was able to qualify for the chairman bonus level 1. In fact, the business hasn't been easy, but my 4 years will be this very coming June. That is June 2021 will be my 4 years in the private business. When I look at how far I've gone in the business, I give thanks to God, and the second thank go to all my uplines in Ghana, starting from BRT managers, the Forever Ghana, and everybody, my team, everybody who have contributed to my success in the business. I say a humbly thank you to everyone, and I'm really grateful for how far the Lord have brought me. So that's just a summary and a brief of myself in the private business. And so I just want to have a little training with you. And if we have time, just take some few questions, and that will be the end for the program. So diving into the training, the topic for today's training is building a balanced, progressive business. That is the main topic for today's training. Now, the reason why I decided to go and then do this very training with you is that I'm not that old in the business, but I think I just have a little experience, and I just want to share this experience with you because I know that that is what I'm doing and it's helping me. And if you are to put it into your business, I believe it's going to help each and every one of us. Now, let's say I'm just giving you a scenario. Sometimes you hear that there are some medicines that are very powerful. You get some information that there's a drug which is very powerful. The question I'm asking you is that what makes the drug to be very powerful? Is it the drug on its own or the ingredient that drug is containing? If there is a medicine that is powerful, it means that the ingredient in that medicine is what makes that medicine very powerful. The point I'm trying to make is that if you want to build a stable and a balanced progressive business, there are 3 ingredients that you need to actually have in your business. The first thing is the recruitment, secondly, retailing, and third is team building. For today's program, my focus is going to be on retailing. The focus of my presentation today is going to be on retailing. So let's dive more into the training. Now, to have a balanced business, in Forever or in network marketing, we have 2 things. That is our products and our team. And we are building our teams based on our products. So we are talking of having a business, you are able to sell products, you're able to recruit people. So you do the 2 things at the same time. Now, there are some people who are able to sell so much, but they don't have team. And there are others who have a team and they are not able to sell so much. And I just want to put this training across so that at least people have a fair idea of how to go about things so that they can balance the 2. So you'll be able to sell the product, you'll be able to also recruit people. Now, building a long-term, stable, and successful forever business depends on the system of recruitment, retailing, and team leadership. Now, if you want to build a very good business, these 3 things are the 3 important elements that will help you consistently sustain and build a healthy, balanced FLP business. Now, with these 3 things we're talking about, what is a system of recruitment, retailing, and a team leadership? It's just as simple as somebody who is trying to build a traditional business. Everybody who is building a traditional business have a system that the person is using to build a business. So there are some people who are doing radio advertisements, and that is the system they are using to build their business. There are people who do TV advertisement. There are people that send people on the streets for them to go and talk to people, for them to their business to grow. So if you are a business owner, if you're a forever business owner, and you do not have a system of recruitment, you do not have a system of retailing, and you do not have a team leadership, you do not have the power to lead your team, you need to check on it. And that is why I'm just putting this training across, because I know it will help everyone, each and every one of us in here. Now, in FLP, we have 2 major priorities. That's our product and our team. Now, our product we are having in the company over here, it is one of the things that you can ever be on, because as we are recruiting people, it all ends up in sales. The more people you recruit them to join the business, you yourself in the business, what exactly are you doing? Now, what do we do in Forever? We use our company's products, we share the products. The next thing that we do is we build a team and we coach our team. Now, all these 4 things I've spoken about, what does it really mean? It's all about sales. Bringing people into the business. Indirectly, the people we bring them into the business, they are our customers. Every downline is a customer to the upline. That is what, literally, that's what network marketing means. The downline comes to the business, the person purchases the product, but indirectly, because the person is going to do the business, that's why the persons have a discount on the product the person is buying. So what happens is that everything we are doing in network marketing is all about sale. And if you don't get this thing right, you always struggle in your business. Now, starting with recruitment, because if you don't recruit somebody, the person can join the business to sell the product. So starting with recruitment, as MBOs, we all need to understand that so far as team building is concerned, recruitment is an important factor to consider. It is very important for an MBO to get the concept of recruitment, because in building a team, if you don't recruit, you can't have a team. Recruitment is a process in team building, and it's a must for everybody to do recruitment. As an MBO, you have to find a perfect, unique system. You have to find a perfect, unique system for you and your team. Now, sometimes people will come to you and they are like, how are you doing your recruitment? You see, there are so many ways to do recruitment. A lot of systems are there. But the thing is, you have to be unique. You have to have a specific system you are using with your team. Because everybody is doing recruitment. And to get the target, to achieve what you want, you have to be unique. Because success is not for everybody. If you are doing what everybody is doing, you can't be successful. No. That people are having jobs, okay? We know their status every time. And people are having businesses, we know their status all the time. Meanwhile, everybody have the idea that business is good. So why is it that everybody is not going into business? If you are doing what everybody is doing, you will get the same results they are getting. But if you do what is different from what everybody is doing, that is what will give you the results. So you can focus on both online and offline systems, but have a strong goal and put your effort there. So with a system of recruitment that you are going to look for, you have to make sure that you have a system for you and your team. And the system, when you get it, it can be both, it can be online or it can be offline. But the thing is, the system that you think it is working for you, you need to focus more of your strength over there. Sometimes an MBO is using a system, the person hear that, oh, there is a new system, there is something going up. Then the person jumps from what he or she is doing and dive into a different thing. Meanwhile, the system you are using is a solid system that you can focus on and use. But because we don't put our focus on our stronghold, we are always jumping from systems to systems, and it is making it very difficult for us to get prospect day in and day out. Now, moving forward, social media channels like Google, Facebook, and LinkedIn are reliable sources of getting prospects. All you need to do is to find time and communicate with people the right way. Most of MBOs get prospects all the time. They get people calling them, they get people attending their presentations. But one of the mistakes we do as MBOs is that we do not communicate with our prospects the right way. Let me just give an example. Sometimes you can be on Facebook and somebody will contact you about your business, or somebody will ask you of what you do. The person is interested to join you. And the person asks you, I've seen your business opportunity, something like that. And an MBO will go all the way to explain all the business to the person on phone. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. You have to first know the location of that person. If you get to know the location of that person, if it is possible to meet the person, it does not necessarily mean you have to disclose everything about the business to the person, since you can meet the person yourself. If you can meet the person yourself, you just give a brief of the business and you create it in such a way that it will be so exciting in the person's ear that the person is pushed to come for the presentation. If the person is far away from you, that is when you can have time and talk to the person online. Now, in talking to the people online, you have to let them understand the business very well. You have to let them get the concept of the business. But if you don't communicate with people the right way, people contact you, you're not able to explain the business to them well. Sometimes you yourself go into people's inbox. You are trying to, sometimes you can even invade into people's privacy. They have not allowed you to explain your business to them. But you yourself just go to them and you start talking, explaining your business. It's like we are in a haste. And it is true, we all need CC, we need downlines, we need money. But we should do things the right way. If you get prospects and you don't communicate well with them, one, they won't attend your presentation. They won't come. Because how you explain the business to them initially or from the beginning, they are not interested. But if you are getting even just one person a day and you're able to communicate with the person very well, for the person to get the concept of the business very well, every day prospects will be chasing you. So we should check our channel of communication, how we communicate with prospects. It is very, very important, because if you are getting 10 prospects a day and you cannot sign even one prospect in a month, then it means you have a problem. You have something that you have to check on. And I think it is communication. How you explain the business to them, the systems you have laid down in there, you have to check it right. Now, moving forward to what I'm actually focusing on today, that is the retailing. A general rule of fact is that network marketing is a business model that depends on person-to-person sales by independent representatives. Now, in our network marketing business, as far as business is concerned, each and every one of us as FBOs, we need to understand what exactly network marketing means. If you do not get the concept of network marketing, you think you are doing forever business as a business, it's very difficult for you, because this is not just a business, it's a network marketing business. And in the general rule is that network marketing is a business model that depends on person to person sales by independent representatives. Now, a network marketing may require you to build a network of business representatives or sales people to assist you with lead generation or closing sales. So it means that we are selling or we are doing business, we get people to join us and also sell with us. Now, network marketing is all about sales. You are selling, you recruit people to join you to sell. And a percentage, what's a percentage of the sales made by your team is paid to you, the leader. So whatever you are doing in network marketing is all about sales. The people you are bringing them into the business, they are joining you to sell the products. So if you don't get the concept of network marketing, that it is about selling, but you just think you are building a business, then it means you are having a misconception. Network marketing is all about sales. We are selling, we are marketers. And that is why our system is in such a way that you bring people into the business, as selling, they join to sell, but a percentage of their sales will be given to you. If you want to recruit and retain people as active downlines in your FFP business, the basic and most important rule is to get a solid results-oriented sales system. And this is where my focus is today. There are most FBOs who are in the business, they are recruiting, doing all their best to have downlines, to have a team, but you don't have a solid sales system for the people you are bringing. So every day you go and bring people, you bring people, you bring people, and they will leave, they will leave, they will leave. Because I've been talking to people, you ask them, you try to introduce them to network marketing, and their major problem is about sales. So sometimes they tell you that they joined their business some time ago, they have joined some business some time ago, they were not able to do because they were not able to sell the products. So if you want to build a very stable business, the key thing, the point is that you have to get a solid results-oriented sales system. This is the most important part of network marketing. If you get it, you are good to go. To build a stable, productive team, all you need to do is to get a solid, unaspiring sales system that will create massive sales all the time. Now, there are people who are selling. There are people who are making sales and all that. But the question is that the system that you are using, is your current sales system secured? So let's say when you are doing move up, let's say you are using some system, you are doing some adverts online, boosting and all that, promoting on Google and all that. You are using it for your move up. Now you ask yourself, the CC that the system you are using to get the CC you are getting today, is it a system that you can rely on with your team? If the answer is yes, you are good to go. The next thing you have to do is add more systems. But if your answer is no, then it means that you have to check your business. If you really want your business to be stable and be balanced. Because if you cannot get a sales system for yourself and your team, it means that you cannot have a stable business. Because your business will be doing to and fro. Today, when you get a system and then you used to sell, your CC rises up. The next day, when the system collapses, it means that your CC goes down. So the focus, or what I actually want everybody to go and look for or get as an FBO for you yourself and your team, is a secured, results-oriented sales system. Now you have to focus on sales. In network marketing, it is about sales. So the people you are bringing them into the business, you are bringing them, you train them, you coach them, and it ends up in sales. They become part of you in sales. They are just selling, they are going to join you to sell. Now, sales is one of the top secrets to success in MLM, especially our private business that we are doing. Let me just give this example. If you are an FBO and you do 10,000 case credit this month and you don't do case credit next month, will you make bonus? You don't get anything because you have not been able to achieve your minimum targets. But trust me, if you have a system and you are not able to do 100 case credits, you're not able to do 500 case credit, but you have a stable business, even if it is 20 case credits, all the time, you don't fall below the bar. You are there. Gradually, you have built up your business. Your business will pick up because you have a system that is focusing on sales. So as we FBOs trying to build our business, increase our sales, increase our productivity and all that, the most important part of what we are doing is to focus on sales. Because when we get the downlines, when we get the people to join us, all they are going to do is to also to sell. So if they are not able to sell themselves, for example, you are the upline, you're not able to sell. When you recruit somebody, the person is not able to sell, what happens? The person also recruits another person, the person is not able to sell. So gradually, we recruit people who are not able to sell any product in the company. And you will have a lot of downlines around you, but you wouldn't make it. Now you have to team training to empower your retailers. As you are building the business and you get a solid system for your team, you have to be doing trainings every day to empower them, because sales or making a sale is difficult. It's challenging to make a sale. Sometimes you talk to customers, they are interested in the product, but maybe you might not talk to them very well. Sometimes somebody's giving them a different price. Maybe sometimes their location and all that, a lot of things goes into sales. So when your downlines go to the marketing field or when they go into sales, they face a whole lot of challenges. So you being at the upline, you have to always make yourself available and get trainings for these downlines. You have to motivate them and let them know what they can do whenever they go out there and they face challenges. But you get a system for them. Now they have a system, they should go and sell. If they get challenges, because you don't train them, because you don't meet them and talk to them about how their sales is actually going, you don't know the problem they are facing now. So always what you will say is, my downlines get calls, they get calls, but they are not selling. They are not selling. You have to empower them, let them know what the exact thing they have to do to make sure that whenever somebody calls them or they meet somebody they want to prospect and then also just talk to them about their product, they should know how to go about it. They should know how to go about it. Now, this is the hard truth, but I just want to say this today. Sometimes there are some things difficult to say, but let's just take this. Network marketing is a competition game. You come out to meet a client. This is the secret in network. It's a game. It's a competition game. Anything that will rank somebody, it means that it's a competition game. That is a competition game. So whenever you are doing a business and somebody says network marketing is not a competition game, it's a competition game, but this is how the competition is in the business. You are not challenging FBOs that I want to be the number one FBO, I want to be the number two FBO. But the competition is that the customers out there, we FBOs compete on the customers to make a sale to them. So a customer will go online trying to get something to buy, a customer or somebody you meet outside. There are a lot of products on the market. And you as a private business owner want to market your product to the clients or to that very customer. So you don't know what the customer have already heard about your product. Secondly, you don't know what the customer have heard about a different product. So you are now going to the market to propose or market your product to that very person. So you have to have in mind that you are going to win. But if you don't get this in mind, and rather you take it in the other way around, that when network marketing is not a competition, I will take my time and build my business. Yes, we are all taking our time to build our business. But you should know that there is a competition at the customer's end. At their end, there's a competition there. So you have to master yourself as to how to win a prospect and a customer or a client to sell your product to. To have a balanced business, you have to understand one of the basic principles of network marketing, which is finding a solid retail system. This is the top key. As I spoke on earlier, if you don't have a solid retail system, it will be very difficult for you to have a good team. Now let's take this. There are some people who have recruited so many downlines, but they're not selling. But there are some few people who have recruited one or two downlines, but they are selling. At the end of it, who are this? So you can recruit so many people, but if they come and they are not able to sell the product, it's zero, it's nil. It's a no effort. You don't get anything out of it. If your team can get clients easily because of laid down sales system, the least thing they will need is product knowledge, and you will have a win-win game all the time. So you can get a laid down system, but still your downlines will be telling you that they are not making sales. If you have a laid down solid system, your downlines can easily get clients, they can get calls all the time. The next thing you can ever do is to give them product knowledge. First, they are able to recruit. Secondly, you have a retail system for them. The next thing is just get them product knowledge. When somebody calls them, they should know how to explain the product to the person. They should know how to talk. Sometimes I can intimidate you after you should get training on the product. Sometimes customers ask tactical questions and you also have to give them tactical answers. But a customer asks you a very question, for example, can this product treat me? You know how to also answer the question. You have to be smart enough. And giving product knowledge to your downlines is very important, because if you give them all the skills, the systems to use, and you don't give them product knowledge, the customers will be calling, clients will be calling, they will meet people, but they can never sell to these people. Now, moving on to team building, keep in mind that there is a difference between recruiting and building a team. Now, sometimes it is difficult to understand this. Recruitment and team building is not the same. Recruitment is one of the stages in team building. There are people who recruit every day, but they are not able to build a solid team. And you should take note of this. So sometimes you can see FBOs always bringing prospects to the office, but ask yourself, is the person being productive? Is the person's business growing? That person just recruiting, it's just bringing people to the business. But if you want to build a team, don't just recruit. Train your team to be productive, both in sales, both in recruitment and in sales. So you bring the people into the business. You don't just bring them. You bring them, you are thinking of the bonus you make at the end of the month. You don't have to think of only the bonus. You bring the people into the business, and then you train them as to how they can recruit people also into the business, because already you have a system for them. You have a system they can use to sell. Now, as you train them how to recruit, you also train them to also get systems on their own, because the system you are using today, as you are getting more people to join you, they come to compete the customers with you. So let me just give this example. Assuming I'm doing an advert on Facebook and I'm showing my downlines how to do this advert. The more the downlines do the advert, it means that the customers I'm getting now, it is reducing. So you always have to teach your downlines to also get their own systems, as you also learn to or try to get a new system in addition to what you are doing. Now you have to get team incentive. As you are building a team, you have to get a team incentive to always motivate your downlines. So you have to get another team training to empower your builders, the people who are doing the recruitment, the people who are retailing. You realize that sometimes in your team, you have people who are only focusing on recruitment, and you have others who are focusing on retailing. But you might have some few people who are focusing on both recruitment and in sales, and those people are very difficult to get. But the good thing is, when you get such people, you have to give much of your attention to them, because for them, they have a balanced business already. Though their CC might not be that much, but trust me, if you get time to focus on these people, you empower them that they can do more. These people will be able to build a business. Now, as the people who are able to do the recruitment and do the retail, as you empower them and they're able to do more, now the people who are doing one, either the recruitment or the sale, they will start to copy from the people who are doing very well, because they realize that this person have a team, he is recruiting, he is selling. Maybe the person even came to meet me in the business, but for me, I'm only focusing on retail. I always make my money and that's all. But when I see that, this person just joined, he's recruiting, he's selling. When my upline meets me and gives me an example that you can do what I can see this person, Prince, Yao, or whoever is doing, it motivates me to also do more. But if you don't meet your team, if you don't empower them how to build their business, how to build a team, always they'll focus on something. They'll focus on what they want to do. So there are some people who just want daily money to just settle themselves, and they are going to focus on the retailing. And there are some people, they are just recruiting because they want a bonus. So they will just be bringing people to the business, and your business cannot be stable all the time. Sometimes you make good money, sometimes your CC will go down, and that will be how your business will be operating in there. Now, there are some tips to build a solid team. Now, the first tip I'm giving today is support your downlines to achieve their basic needs. Now, this very thing is from my personal experience. Now, I realized that at a certain point in time, when I was building my business, there are some minor things that let's say my upline didn't really see that they should consider it to be important for them to provide for me. But I realized that those were the things that were pulling me back. And as a matter of fact, as I was able to build my business, I've made my mind that I would take and focus more on the minor things that are pulling my downlines. For example, you introduce somebody into the business. The person comes to the presentation. You can see that this person is very interested in the business, but the person doesn't have a smartphone. but the person is trying to do one-on-one to get a sale. What can you do as an upline? You have to immediately make sure you sacrifice one of the sales to get a phone for the person. It is a basic thing the person has to get. If the person doesn't get it, the person will be doing the business, but have a problem in mind, and that problem the person is having in mind will not allow the person to focus on the business. So basic needs are very important. There are some downlines who migrated from their hometowns, get to the city of where you are doing your business with you. And they have challenges in where they will sleep, accommodation. The little thing you can do to support them, you have to do as an upline to push these people to be able to do their business. The next thing is that as an upline, you have to be disciplined enough and you have to be time efficient. Now, sometimes people will meet you and they are, or let's say you go to the office or you go somewhere, you meet FBO sitting down, it's like you don't have anything doing. Time is very, very important in our business, but most FBOs do not really consider time. When you are working for somebody, you take instructions from that person. If you're supposed to go to work 8:30, you'll be there. So why can't you be time efficient in your own business? I remember when I started a private business, way back at that time, Accra, Ghana Circle, that time, I can get to the office by 6. I'm there at the office. Meanwhile, the office is opening around 8, 9, but I'll be there at 6. I know what I want in the business. So I manage my time very well. A prospect shouldn't get to the office before I be there. I should be there before the prospect. You have to be time efficient. Now, when you become time efficient, excuse me, your team will copy. The team that you have, sorry, your team will copy the whole thing that you are doing. So if you are a less upline, if you are an upline who do things anyhow, your team will copy from you. So if you are being disciplined and you are being time efficient, your team will also copy. The next thing you can do, or the next step, is become a hard worker and a committed FBO. Now, to my experience, most FBOs become hardworking and very committed during the time of day doing move-ups. So when an FBO is doing a move-up, no matter what the person has to do, the person will do to get a sale. The person will do to get a cease, but after the move-up, then everything goes off. If you can be so aggressive like a lion who is chasing an animal in the forest to get a sale when you are doing move-up or when you're qualifying for any incentive, you have to be aggressive like that all the time. It shouldn't be that you are serious at a certain point in time, and at another time, you are free. You are just doing things anyhow. But later, you will say that things are not working for you. You have to be committed all the time. You have to work hard and be committed at every little point in time in your FLP business. The next thing is you have to do proper investment. Now, when you're talking about investment in your FLP business, it doesn't mean you should just be buying products, putting product money into the product. No, it can be a wrong investment. It can be a wrong investment. What you need to do is that you have to sit down and strategize your business. Let me just share this testimony with you. I had to buy a car before I qualified for chairman bonus because at a point in time, I realized that I needed a car. Because sometimes I get big presentations and when I go, I'm very young, but the people will hear me and they feel like I'm a very big man. Now I go there, I'm very young, and it's like I'm looking so simple like that. And I tell them that I'm earning this amount of money. They think I'm playing, I'm joking. So I realized that I needed a car for my business. And trust me, for people who are in Ghana, ever since I bought my car, things have changed. Think about your business very well and know the investment that which will help you grow your business. But if you don't check the investment well, you will invest in the business, but you won't get anything. So you have to do proper investments in the business. Now you have to have control over your team. If you are able to support your downlines to achieve their basic needs, if you are disciplined enough, if you are time efficient, if you are committed and hardworking, if you do proper investments, you can have control over your team. The people you are bringing into the business, they are new people. They don't know that much about the business. So when you bring them and you are able to train them, give them information on what to do, you always have control over them. It's just like your dad. It's just like your mommy. Your parents have control over you when you are young, because that time they are providing everything for you. As time goes on, when you grow and you are doing your own thing, now they can't have any control over you. The only thing they can do is advise you. When they advise you, if you like, you take. If you like, or if you think it's not good for you, don't take it. So if you want your down, if you can have control over your team, you have to be providing for the team. And provided for the team, it can be your time, it can be your energy, it can be your risk, it can be anything. The next thing is that you have to use your skills and train your downlines to be like you. Now, I have some couple of downlines who never had any idea about IT. They didn't know how to even touch a laptop. But as they join the business, I've taken time to train them, and now they are doing very well on the computer. They can do things very well when they are having a laptop. Some people didn't even know that they can use their own phone to do so many things on the internet. But through the trainings, every day we do training, now they have adapted some of the skills. Even if they cannot do exactly as you are doing, they become better. They can do one or two things on their own. So you have to use the skills you have, what you know best, train your downlines to also do, and then definitely one day they will, or most of them will become like yourself. Now you have to sacrifice your time as an upline and effort for your team. So when you join the business as an upline, you should know that the people you are bringing into the business, you become like a father to them. You become like a mother to them. They are coming to depend on you. They need information from you. So you being the upline, if you cannot sacrifice your time to work on the team, but rather you're always thinking of yourself. I just want to make sales. I just want to do this. You are thinking of your personal benefits. Your team won't grow. You have to sacrifice your time and effort for your team. It is very important to do that. But if you are thinking of yourselves, assuming you are doing 10 CC every day, you have 5 downlines who are not doing any case credit. What incentive can you qualify? But if you are able to teach or train your downlines, and the 5 downlines are able to do 10 CC every month, you can qualify for almost every incentive on the marketing plan. All you need is a little spice up. It is very important to sacrifice your time and effort for your team because they are your business. They are the people making you. The next thing is you have to encourage your team and give them hope in the FOP business. The business we are doing is not easy. If somebody says the business is easy, well, I might not know the system the person is using. But to me, the business is not easy. A business that you can do 10,000 cash credit the following month, if you don't do the same activity, you are not recognized. Like it means you are not getting money. You cannot get the same money you earned the previous month. It's not easy. So you always have to encourage your downlines to stay in the business. You have to give them hope that the thing will work. Sometimes it might be very difficult. Sometimes they go for delivery, it bounces. Things are not working. They're not getting prospects and all that. But you have to give them hope that the business will work and they should do the business. It is one of the important things that everybody should focus on. Now, with the results, with the things we've spoken about, with the recruitment, with the retailing, team building, it's all about results. Now, everyone's little effort is part of the success we see, which is the results we want. Keep the team spirit. As you are giving your team hope, all the time, you have to make sure that you are bringing your team together. Sometimes your team members meeting themselves, they're seeing their fellow LBO, their sidelines. It motivates them. You come to the office and your sideline is making sale. You meet the person and say, oh, this is what I'm doing to make a sale. This is what always when they meet, they are motivated and they are impressed with other people's reactions and interactions with them. Sometimes there's something that might go wrong too, but you don't focus on the negativity. Always you have to think of the positive ones in the team. So bringing your team together is one of the good things you can ever do. Because when you are working together as a team, it is very difficult for somebody to break you down. Because you all have one mindset. If we are going for this, let me just cite this example. When we were qualifying for our car plan, we team up. My downline, myself, and my upline, the 3 of us, we team up that this is the goal we are going for. And we worked so hard to qualify for the car plan together because we were keeping the team spirit. If you fail to work with a team, if you don't keep the team spirit, you alone cannot do the business. You can't do it alone because there are all the incentives on the marketing plan. You can't do all the case credits in your ID. So your team is very important and you have to keep them. So the takeaway for today's conference, the most important thing I want everybody to take home today is that I want you to find a solid resource-oriented. So I want you to find a solid resource-oriented sales system for you and your team. Even if your team is small and they are very productive in sales, you can achieve every incentive on the FOP marketing plan. You do not need so many downlines. You need a few who can do the work. So if you have few downlines who are doing the business very well, you can achieve every incentive on the marketing plan. If you have, let me just give you this example. If you have 5 downlines, if you have 6 downlines, and every downline, let me just use 6. Every downline is able to do 10 case credits every month. It means that every month, from your downlines, you are getting 60K credits. Assuming you the upline, you also do 10. That is 70 CC. But if you have so many downlines on your page, when you open your page, you have about 500 downlines, but they're not doing anything. What can you achieve? So we should find a solid sales system because the downlines are getting them plenty. The focus is to sell the product. So we should make sure we are all getting a solid sales system for our downlines and the downlines to come our generation and generation. Now, any FBO who is consistently qualifying for incentives has a particular sales system. Make a point to have a reliable sales system. Everybody should make sure you have a reliable sales system. Now, for motivational purpose, let me just put this. There is a difference between doing the business and being in the business. So you meet somebody who will say, I have been in the business for 15 years. You have been in the business. So it means you are not doing the business. But if you are bold enough and you are doing the business, you will say, I have done this business for the past 4 years, for the past 5 years. So you have to do the business very well. You don't just have to be in the business. You have to do the business and do it very, very well. Don't just be in the business and say, I'm an FBO, I'm a network marketer. Meanwhile, even people who have jobs, they are living better life than you do. Meanwhile, this is the best opportunity you can ever have. Trust me, network marketing is one of the best investments you can ever do. You can invest all your time over here. You have to be very innovative. Use the resources you have, your skill or profession. If you have, let's say you are working somewhere, you are a customer service representative and you have joined network marketing, and it's just a simple transfer of knowledge. What you were doing over there, you bring that wisdom over here and you are good to go. But somebody, let's say you are a teacher and you have stopped to become a forever business. If you can train people on how they can use computer, if you can train people on how to do surgery, the same knowledge, transfer it here. Train people on how they can sell the products. You are a teacher, so transfer your knowledge. Every profession that you have, just twist the wisdom, the knowledge into the business. Use the skills you have in your business and you will grow. Your business, your team is going to grow. The next thing is that always plan ahead of time. Always plan ahead of time. Now, as we are in COVID era, there are some people that their business isn't that stable. Fine, business isn't that stable for all of us, but at least we are trying to put strategies down to make sure our business stands up. And if you cannot think ahead of time, if you cannot be that visionary enough, always your business will fall before you try to write it up. But you have to always plan ahead of time that when you check how things are going, you have to think that this thing can happen, and you have to have another solution. In case that thing happens, you have another system to focus on. Now, you don't just have to wait for instructions. As an FBO, you don't have to wait for instructions in your business. Sometimes FBOs, especially downlines, a downline is there waiting for upline to call him that, have you done follow-up on your customers? No. If you are doing a job, when you wake up in the morning, you go to your job site, you know what you have to do. Nobody have to come and talk to you before you do what you have to do. So the same way you are your own boss, you have to do in it. So you don't have to wait for instructions. You have to take actions in your business because that's your life. Now, I normally tell my downlines that if you really mean forever business, and any time that you wait for somebody to tell you what you have to do. But if you are having another option, for example, some of us, we have lost so many things to join this business. We have lost a lot. And since we have lost those things, the only thing we can do is that we have to succeed in this business. Now, this business has become our life. So we are putting in all our best to make sure we business. Now, moving forward, there are two things in our business when you are doing it. It's either you become happy for being an FBO, to be very serious with this or a business. We should believe in ourselves. We should work until it works. You have greatness within you. Go and make it happen. You can do it. Any top leader you see in Forever Business started from somewhere. When I joined Forever, I never thought I can become a great person in the business. Than to even have the opportunity to present to people overseas. And like, it just surprised. It's a mind-blowing thing to me. Because I'm just a normal FBO. I just joined as a normal FBO. Since I'm hustler, I've just joined about wanting money for myself. But look at how far God has brought us. And it's not that we are just sitting there and like things are working. No, we work so hard Trust me, I can't just go so much into how much or how much I invest in my business. I work so hard. It is not about the success today. I'm thinking of tomorrow. And if you're an FBO and if you want to take this or do this for the rest of your life, you don't have to think of the success today. It's of tomorrow. It is very important. My name is Prince God in Affum. I would love to end my presentation over here. Thank you all so much wherever you are watching me from. I'm very much grateful for your time and your participation in here. I'm so much grateful. Thanks to all my uplines, my downlines, my team, and everybody who have supported and pushed me to where I am today. I'm grateful for the collaboration between FLP Ghana and Tanzania and choosing me as a guest speaker for today's presentation. Thank you all and see you all at the top. Goodbye. Have a good time.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't even know where to start, but let me tell you one thing, my brother. For you, maybe this is just one of the many trainings that you do, but for me, and I'm sure many of the participants here will agree with me, this has been mind-provoking training, very, very inspiring, very, very challenging, and very real, my brother. I truly appreciate the fact that you didn't just, come here to just give us a pep talk to inspire us. You really nailed it. You really said things as they are. I'm so thankful for that. And I personally, me as Enos, I'm super inspired. I mean, as we are training, I was even sending some messages to some people. I sent a message to my wife like, hey, I think we should do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I really, really appreciate the inspiration that you've brought into me. And I'm sure so many people here will agree with me. Thank you so much. You're really doing it. I mean, there is no secret per se in forever. There is no secret per se. The things that we need to do, the things that we must do are known. And before we go into almost wrapping it up, I want to give an opportunity for our participants here to ask questions. So the floor is yours, guys. I know we are all like super pumped up and excited and feeling amazing after such a powerful training. I also want to give an opportunity to anyone who has a question. You can either raise your hand or you can type in the question. I can read it for you anyhow that you feel is best for you. Please throw in your question and we'll be able to do it. And as we are waiting for the questions, maybe we can have a little chat with Prince as we're waiting for the question. Are you full-time or part-time in the business? For the sake of everybody and those who came in late, are you full-time or part-time in the business? Prince Affum, go on.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if somebody's asking a question, then I can attend to that.
I
think you can unmute them so that if somebody would love to ask it via the audio, then the person can ask the question too.
No problem. I'll give them if I unmute them, it's gonna be crazy noise. So I'm asking you a question first as we are waiting for others. Are you full-time now or part-time in Forever?
I'm a full-time Forever business owner. I do not do any other thing apart from this business. That's the only thing I do.
Fantastic. And how is your day like? What time do you normally start your activities? Are you an early morning person? Do you start maybe with maybe you wake up at 4, 5, do personal development, do this and that? How is it for you? How does your day normally go?
I didn't really get the voice, boy. I don't know if you can come again, please.
Okay, yeah. I wanted to know, how is your day like? How do you run your day? Do you
so what I do is that I have a timetable. So sometimes when I get to the office, there are some people who would like to maybe meet me for something, but I will tell you that at the moment I can't do that for you. Sometimes people feel that you are some way, but trust me, if you don't become some way, you can't be successful. I have a timetable for myself. I have what I do in the morning, what I do in the midday, what I do in the afternoon, what I do in the evening, what I do at night. I work so hard. Trust me. As I'm here, I know I'm a beginner in the Forever business, but trust me, I know some time to come where I want to get to, I'll get there, because I do not joke with every single day. I use my day very well because I have a timetable for myself and I've programmed it, what I will do during every time. I do not let any time go free. I like that. I don't do anything. I make sure I work at every time in a day.
Okay. And when it comes to retailing the products, and I'm happy you've mentioned a couple of times about system, having a good system that you can coach your team to follow through for retailing and probably even for recruiting. And just out of curiosity, what do you normally do in your retailing system? Is it mainly 100% online, mainly maybe Facebook ads, or is it a combination of a couple of activities that you do to empower your team to be good at retailing?
All right, with the retailing, that's why I was focusing more on the sales. What I do is that for me and my team, we are doing solely online. Now I realize that I have a weakness, and though I try to work on the weakness, but always I put my effort on my strength. The weakness I'm having is that I'm not able to talk to people. Like, I mean, I'm not able to do one-on-one, like meeting, going out there, meeting people and talking to them. The reason why I'm not able to do that is this. When I go to the internet, within a second, I can talk to millions of people with just a single post. But when I go out there to talk to people, you can just meet one client who can take the whole day. You talk to the person so much, you waste much time on the person, but the person wouldn't buy the product. So me and my team, we are focusing more on online. We do more of online business. We do Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, Twitter, and others. See, there are a lot of things on the internet that we can do. We just need to learn, especially with LinkedIn like this. It's a very powerful system. I make a lot of sales from LinkedIn. I get a lot of prospects from LinkedIn. Google ads is there. Facebook ads are there. You do not need to be running ads so much like that. What you just need to do is, if you are running one advert, you have to have time for the advert and talk to the people you are getting. But you try to run about, let's say, 2 or 3 ads at the same person. How can you charge them? You make sure that you do a strategic business. If it is one ad that you are running, you have time for the business. But an MBO wouldn't have time to even respond to the people who are getting interactions on the ad you have posted. Meanwhile, you complain of sales. You get a client, you have to have time if you are doing online. Anybody who doesn't have time cannot do online, because online is difficult to get people. But the people you get, if you have time and talk to them very well, you get solid and perfect customers, quality prospects to join your business. So I do online, and on my team, most of us, we are doing online. It's maybe just 1% of my team that do offline business.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. I think you have you've over-delivered today. The only thing that I'm seeing on the chats is thank you so much, powerful training and all of that. So clearly you nailed it. Clearly you said what people needed to hear. And the only thing left now is for us now to take what we have learned today and actually get it into actions, to take what we have learned today and see how we move forward with it. And just before, I will definitely invite you back to give us a final word and goodbye. So I'm just gonna just mention 1 or 2 things before I invite you to give us your final word. First of all, I was very happy when you started talking about planning ahead of time. And when I saw that sentence, planning ahead of time, I was like, wow, it's like we shared notes. But before I even go into that, I want to encourage each and everyone who has attended this training. Now, Prince Gordon Affum has shared a number of things, has shared a lot of things. Some are straightforward skills, some are strategic thinking, some are ways for you to think differently towards your business. Some just require a shift of your mindset towards how you're viewing the business. But all in all, one of the most important things is you need to do these 6 words that I've put here. You need to do what you resolve to do. What do I mean by that? What resolutions have you set from his training? Maybe you have decided, I mean, he talked a lot about coaching your team. He talked a lot about training your retailers. And one thing that I love is the way also, Prince, I love the fact that your training was not like, you started by saying you'll do a lot more on retailing, but I'm telling you, you did the whole thing. You did like the whole system of building a forever business, because you balanced it all. You balanced the need for recruiting, retailing, and also coaching and training that team. So I have not a question, but I have an assignment for each and everyone that's on this meeting right now, over 200 of us. I want you to take a few seconds. Take a few seconds, champion. Take a few seconds and make a decision. What is the 1 to maximum 3, not more than 3, please. 1 to 3 things that you're committing yourself to doing from the training that you've had, from the realization that you got. What are the 1 to 3 things that you're committing yourself to doing? Not just the things that you'll get excited to do this month. No, the things that you're committing yourself to doing. And I want you to put them on the chat. Just 1, 2, 3. Just 1 to 3. Don't think about 5, 10 things, because you won't do them. You'll end up doing none. Just pick 1 to 3 things that you say, okay, these are the 1 to 3 things that I want to commit myself to doing. 1 to 3 things. Put them on the chat, on the chat there. I can see that. Work hard, have a retailing system, fantastic. I can see using online effectively, fantastic. What are the 1 to 3 things that you are committing yourself to doing? I can see discipline, be in the office by 7. I love that. I love that. Doing more trainings, improve on social media, grow a working team, fantastic. Utilize my time well every day. Come up with a team, Facebook ads, building it, supporting my team basic needs, fantastic. Working until it works. I love that one, by the way. Training and using time wisely, build a team, time management, and adopt online self-discipline, coaching my team. This is fantastic. These are the things that you have picked up from this training, from this masterclass. And one thing that I can tell you, if you can just take 1 to maximum 3 things and really go and implement them, you will see the impact of this training. And you'll have Prince Gordon Affum's name on your mind every time. One day you're going to thank him. One day you're going to thank him. Think about what is it that you need to do. Maybe you just need to get serious with your business. Maybe you just need to plan better. What is it that you need to do? And speaking about planning ahead, and something that he also mentioned, the importance of you planning ahead in your business. What normally happens most of the times in our business, FBOs, we are always caught off track. We are always caught off guard. The month has begun. You have not planned your month. Gets to the middle of the month, you are panicking. How can I finish my 4, 5 CCs? You want to move up. You have not planned ahead. The month has begun. You get to the last week of the month. Now is the time where every FBO is working hard. And I love the fact that you said most people are committed on the months that they're only trying to move up. This is the time now people are getting committed. But if you can plan ahead, you will always be running your business, not comfortably as in relaxed. No, business is never like that. But you'll always be running your business in the best way because you're not at a rush. Plan ahead, leaders. Plan ahead. Plan your months. And then go an extra mile. Plan how you can start to qualify for forever incentives. Plan how you can start to go for forever incentives. You've heard Prince Gordon talk about how he was planning to qualify for Kaplan, how he was thinking and planning to qualify for chairman's bonus. You have to plan. Those things, they don't just come on their own. You have to put a plan for it. Plan ahead. We are now in April. This is the perfect time for you to plan this year and the coming year. And if you can start to develop the habit of planning your business a year before the year begins, you already have the plan for that year. Plan the incentives, plan your Forever to Drive. When are you going to qualify for Forever to Drive? Why should you miss out on that extra $400 or $600 or $800 each and every month? When are you going to qualify for your chairman's bonus? When are you going to get your first check? You saw how he smiled there with his check. When are you going to get your first check? When are you going to qualify for Ego Manager? And I want to go a bit deeper on Ego Manager, because if I'm to tell you, this is one of the most important incentive that you need to focus on as an FBO. This is one key incentive that if you put your mind and your heart and your full focus on it, you're going to build a massive successful business. You're going to build a massive successful business, I tell you. Go for Ego Manager. And you know, Ego Manager starts in May and ends in April. So we are just like 1 week before we start the next Ego Manager. And I want to talk not to the managers. I want to talk to the non-managers. If you're listening to me and you're a non-manager, you're a supervisor, you're an assistant supervisor, an assistant manager, I want to talk to you. If you're not yet a manager, you have two options, my friend. Two options. You either plan how you're going to qualify for this Ego Manager. Remember, you need to plan ahead. This Ego Manager, which will begin after a month from next month. Plan how you're going to qualify for that. And I can tell you, if you can get to manager, say by August, latest maybe September, but August should be the best deadline, like the topmost deadline. By August, if you can get to manager by August, you can qualify for this one. If you feel like, no, I can get to manager by August, it's fine. What about next year's Ego Manager? Where do you want your business to be exactly 1 year from now? Because 1 year from now will be 1 week before we start another Ego Manager. Where do you want your business to be? Why don't you plan now? Ego Manager, what does it require? It requires you to do an average of 60 cc's a month. He mentioned about having 10 people doing 60 cc's, or maybe it's just 6 people doing 10. And if you do your 10, that's 70 cc's a month. You can be an Ego Manager. That means you're making twice as much more money than an ordinary manager. To be an Ego Manager, you need to develop 2 supervisors and develop 100 new cc's. But I want to focus, because we have non-managers here, I want to focus on this 60 cc a month business. You need to start planning ahead in your mind. You need to put it in your mind. When are you going to have a 60 cc a month business? When are you going to have a business that generates 60 cc's a month? If you start to plan ahead like that, then you'll start to go for these incentives. In the beginning, when I started, I reminded you about your goals, dreams, and everything. And I talked about how important it is to make sure that you know where you want to go. You have clarity. If it's a house, you have clarity of that house. And then now you need to learn how to put the pieces together. And we have been showing you how to put the pieces together, how to make sure that you are recruiting, how to make sure the people you are recruiting, you are coaching them how to retail and how to build a team. We've been shown how to put those pieces together. So the only thing left now is for you to get to work. And at this point, I want to bring back on board for the final word and closing remarks, Prince Gordon Affum, because after you speak, I won't speak no more. You're going to close and then we're going to be done. I want to pass once again, my sincere appreciation to you for your time. I mean, you've said how busy you are, so you giving your time to us. And I know it is still, maybe now it's around what, 5:30 or something p.m., maybe your time, somewhere there. It is still an active time and you have given your time to us. For us, it's evening. This is the time for us to do all these webinars. So thank you so much, my brother, for giving yourself. And I can tell you, the things you have shared, the energy that you have given to all of us here, the belief that you have awakened in all of us here, and the positive anger. You know, sometimes we need that positive anger that you have put in us. It's going to take us somewhere. So welcome, my brother, for your final closing remarks, and then we'll be wrapping it up. And this training, of course, it will go online. You'll be able to review, guys. So thank you so much. Prince Gordon Affum, you're more than welcome, my brother, to give us your final closing remarks.
All right. Thank you so much, Manager Enos. To sum it up, I will say one of the things I've targeted as an FBO, or my main target, is that I just want to make sure I will build this business to a certain level that I will have a stable business, that I do not need to work so hard some years to come to sustain and maintain my activity. So for today's training, I actually came to empower everyone, but more especially the youth. You know what? If a grown-up person who network marketing did not really come in their era, in their generation, if they can do their business, how much more you that you are young? Take this. If you can work for somebody, if you can work so hard for people and get promoted, get awards over them, why can't you work so hard for yourself in the private business? I don't want to talk so much, but I believe that if we all get to understand the business very well and we take it as our life, we don't have any other thing we will do apart from private business, everybody is going to be successful. I thank everybody, especially the time you've had for me today. I thank Forever Ghana MD, my uplines, and my team, everybody who have contributed to my success today. I'm very grateful and I appreciate everything. Mr. Enos, thank you so much for also inviting me to join you in your training. I'm very grateful and I hope to see you all at the top. Have a good time. Goodbye.